Peace and welcome. Today we are talking all about the Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the NES. Personally, this is one of my favorite trilogies on the NES. I even went as far as spending $90 to own the vinyl record box set. It includes all of the music from the NES trilogy in addition to the arcade soundtrack.
We have a total of 90 tracks to choose from, and with the soundtracks being so good, it was difficult to narrow it down, but we did. So with no further ado, our top 10 Ninja Gaiden NES trilogy themes. Our first up, number 10, is from Ninja Gaiden 3, The Credits. You won't hear this until you beat the game, so it's not the most common theme one will hear, but it is the most satisfying. The start of the tune reminds me a bit of some Mega Man music, but once it gets going, it has its own feel, and it really starts to jam, giving the player a sense of accomplishment.
In our number 9 spot, we have the Battlefield theme. This theme originates in the first Ninja Gaiden game, and it appears in all 3 games, but we chose it from the second game. In my opinion, they took it a little bit too far in part 3, so I personally prefer the second version. It's a little bit more in-depth than the first one, but not as hectic as the third. It's a nice little boss theme and definitely has the feeling of urgency.
Number 8, Sprinter from Ninja Gaiden 2. Back-to-back tracks from Part 2, we put this one above all the previous ones for a few reasons. The variations in the beat do not bring it down. Certain beats have a cool intro or a cool general melody, but sometimes as soon as it goes through a breakdown or a bridge, the beat just goes downhill. And that is not the case for this one. It jams all the way through.
Number 7, from Ninja Gaiden 1, Seeking Truth. A really nice track in my opinion. It would have been higher on the list if there were a few more mix-ups in the beat itself. But the feel of the track and the overall quality of the melody places it well within our top 10. It fits pretty much any mission in Ninja Gaiden, and like a lot of tracks on this soundtrack, it gives a sense of determination.
Number 6, Ninja Gaiden 1, Pursuit. A perfect tune for a chase. I could also see it used for a boss fight, but as it is, it's a great little pursuit theme. Its fast tempo makes me want to keep up with the pace and run along through the level, slashing everything in my path like a hot knife through butter.
Number 5. Galesburg, Ninja Gaiden 1. For the third theme in a row, we have one from the first Ninja Gaiden game. What can I really say about the first soundtrack? It's full of really good tracks, and most of those tracks have a strong feeling to them. This one is no different. It has a sense of what it wants to be, and it doesn't hold back. This is a soundtrack that is not afraid to be itself. A confident composer creating a confident soundtrack.
Number 4, Master Ninja, Ninja Gaiden 1. You can find this theme during the stage, as well as the credits, and it's the exact same. You can load up the tracks in any audio editor and notice it's a note-for-note copy. It's a satisfying theme, and it has some grit. A perfect example of a Ninja Gaiden track, and good enough to make it into our top 4.
Number 3, from Ninja Gaiden 2, Overdrive. Our top-rated song from Ninja Gaiden 2. Sorry to spoil the list for you if you were looking for any other Gaiden 2 theme, but this, in my opinion, is the best track in the game. This track has a similar feel to what you would hear in Part 1, but this is not by the same composer. I think they did a fantastic job sounding like the previous game, but also putting their own spin on it.
Number 2, Premonition, Ninja Gaiden 1. One of my personal favorites from the entire trilogy, as you can tell by its placing at the number 2 spot on our top 10. I really like the feeling this one gives off. It has depth, it has emotion, 2 things in my opinion that can really make a track shine. If you like this theme, I would recommend listening to the arranged version.
Number 1, Destiny, from Ninja Gaiden 1. A short but very effective track. It clocks in under 1 minute, but what a minute it is. This track plays once you see your father cut down in a duel. It carries the emotions one would expect. Then the drums kick in and it goes to a track that would be perfect for a training montage. It has a sense of urgency as well as a feeling of purpose. You are on a mission and you will not be stopped. One thing I'd like to mention real quick is the fact we don't always make the footage match exactly where the theme is from. And this is because, for example, if one of the themes is the main menu, it would be a little boring to stare at the main menu while we talk about it for a few minutes. So we try to keep the footage interesting. As you guys may know, we love music and we love games, so there's almost nothing better than a really good video game soundtrack. This trilogy has some really good tunes, and I would say it's one of the more intense soundtracks on the NES. I personally don't know any 8-bit OST that has a stronger sense of urgency, determination, and at the same time, satisfaction. I recommend playing the entire trilogy, as well as checking out the soundtracks. So anyways, from now until then, I am ICC, and for Kratos, thanks for watching, peace.